And let me say this right off the bat. If you don't like adventure, nature, wildlife, and if your idea of a holiday is shopping and nightlife in a buzzing city, Antarctica is not for you. Hi guys, hope you're staying safe, and you're also going to want to stay a little warm for this one, because today I'm going to talk about a place that's perceived to be the coldest in the world, the last great wilderness on Earth, the white continent, Antarctica. So Antarctica is stunning, once in a lifetime experience. You can watch the whole experience on my YouTube channel, Plush, and you get a great idea about the whole experience. Now, here's what I didn't say in the episode. So I went there in about December 2017. It's summertime in Antarctica because it's in the southern hemisphere. And 0 degrees, no big deal. We were still lunching on the deck. And I flew British Airways to Buenos Aires, so with a stopover in London. And what happened around that time was it was snowing in London. And when I say snow, I mean like a quarter inch of snow. And because of which our flight was diverted to Frankfurt. I didn't have my Schengen visa, I couldn't get a hotel room, I was in the lounge, and long story short, it was a nightmare. So my personal recommendation would be, if you're flying to Antarctica or to South America via Asia or Mumbai, where I was going from, I'd recommend flying Emirates or perhaps any airline that does not have a stopover in Europe. Also, I had to get to Ushuaia, which is a bit of a hike. So what I'd recommend is flying to Buenos Aires, taking a few days off, getting over your jet lag, catch a breath, maybe check out the city, take some tango lessons, and then fly to Ushuaia, which is another 4-hour flight from Buenos Aires. Now, the cruise that I took was Poseidon Expeditions, but there are a few other good ones. There's National Geographic, there's Silver Seas, and no matter which one you take, it's going to cost you a mini fortune. It's going to cost you about 9 or 10 lakh rupees per person. That's about 14 or 15,000 US dollars. And that's per person per bed, which means if you're flying solo, you're going to have to share a room with someone you don't know. And if you have kids, well, bad news. If your kid is under 10 years old, he or she is not allowed. So you either make this trip when you're young and fit and single and have a bit of spare cash, or you probably do it a lot later on in life when you're on your second knee replacement surgery. Just kidding. Okay, so what should you wear? Well, the cruise is going to give you a parka. So I had this red one, this nice red one with Poseidon Expeditions. And you're going to need a sweater, you're going to need your inner thermals, you're going to need a beanie, you're going to need sunglasses, you're going to need sunblock and woolen socks. And you're also going to need shoes, waterproof shoes, although you're going to be renting their boots, for which they'll contact you like 3 months prior. And you're good to go. So yeah, nothing too crazy. You should be fine with just that. And that's because it's pretty warm indoors and it's just about 0 or maybe -5 degrees Celsius. So you're going to need seasickness pills, you're going to need a doctor's certificate saying you're reasonably fit, and decent medical insurance in case you need to be evacuated from there. I hope not, but just in case. So this is an expedition cruise, which means it's not like your regular Royal Caribbean cruise with 1,000 people and a casino and all that jazz. Just about 100 people, because as per the Antarctic Treaty, there are only 100 people who can disembark on the islands at one time. So once you cross the Drake Passage, which takes 48 hours, it's one of the roughest seas in the world. And that's when you're going to need your seasickness pills. And you're finally in Antarctica, and it's one of the most wonderful sights you'll ever see. So pretty, so picturesque, to get to a place where not too many humans have visited. There are no hotels, no restaurants, no lodges. It's you can't live there unless you're on a research station or something, and that's very basic living. You're staying on the cruise, which is 4 or 5-star luxury, and you take these Zodiacs, these motorized rubber boats, to get to islands, and you do this twice a day. And perhaps you can go take a look at some icebergs, some giant icebergs. And this particular one that I saw, it was just massive, and 3/4 of it is actually underwater. And that just blew my mind. I mean, what the hell am I witnessing? You will see wildlife in Antarctica, and I mean plenty of penguins, because they're all over the place. You're supposed to maintain a 5-meter distance from them, and they of course follow no such rules because they can do whatever the hell they want, and there's no penguin police. In fact, I had a couple of them just come up to me and just curious, just spending some time around me, and that was fantastic as well. You will see sea lions, and if you're really lucky, you could possibly spot a whale or two. Activities. Now there's kayaking, which is great. It's also a good workout. And there's also a night where you can spend on ice, and it's as brutal as it sounds. Can't say I loved it, didn't sleep a wink, but I just had to do it because I'm a sucker for adventure. FYI, there are no bathrooms there, so that can make it pretty interesting. DM me and I'll tell you what to do. Then there's the polar plunge. Now, I was debating that. I mean, I don't even get into a pool in December in Mumbai. So getting into minus 1.8 degree water, salt water freezes at -2. So I was really confused about that one. But then there was this wonderful Israeli lady, senior citizen, 70 years old, who volunteered to go first. So now I have to do it. And then there were these Russians and Scandinavians who were just so relaxed. I mean, it seemed like they do this like every week on like a Tuesday or something, Anyways, I jumped in and it was like 100 needles pricking me at the same time. Well, just watch the raw footage. So yeah, it's about a 10-night cruise, and you're going to witness some of the most beautiful sights you can ever think of. It's really pristine, it's quiet, the sun doesn't fully set during the summer. And you're going to meet some of the most incredible people you've ever met, your fellow explorers. So yes, if you've liked what you've heard so far, I'd really encourage you to watch the full episode on my YouTube channel. And this trip has to go on your bucket list. Hope you've enjoyed this. Comment and like, and hit me up if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon.